Some people say that the eShop is crowded. Some people say that there's too many Switch games. Well, Hamster CEO Satoshi Hamada has something else to say, and product provided by Nintendo. I bought my own Switch Lite at midnight, but you'll see why later on in the video. If I handed you a Switch Lite and asked you what your biggest fear was, I think most of us would come up with the same answer. Joy-Con drift was a serious problem, and for some people, still is. It plagued many controllers, and even I was a victim. There was a moment at the airport where my Mario Maker 2 gameplay got crazy because Mario would not go the way I wanted him to go. Mario wanted to go left, and I wanted him to go right, and there was no way I could change his mind, because whether it was dust or some other obstruction, something got into my Joy-Con and made it drift. Now, Nintendo was definitely aware of this issue, and at one point it ballooned so big there was threat of a class action lawsuit. So it's justifiably scary to think, what if my new Switch Lite caught a case of the drifts? It doesn't have Joy-Con, but does it have the same parts? And could it be susceptible to the same issues? And what would that possibly cost? What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switch Force. A wild yellow Switch Lite appeared. For those of you that said, wait, you didn't get the yellow, I got the turquoise at midnight because that was what my Walmart had. They had gray and turquoise, and you know I was going to pick turquoise. But I got the yellow. Nintendo was nice enough to send this thing over, and now I've got to decide which one I want. My girlfriend really wants one of them, but I think I'm going to have to pick and choose. It's just a tough choice, but you got these Switch Lites, and you wonder, are the parts the same? Will we run into a Joy-Con drift issue at some point? Well, Spawnwave did some really good work for us. He took apart the system and found out that the analog sticks are the same. They have a different product number, but they're the same. As far as he can tell, they're the same, which means that they could be susceptible to the same problems. And that sounds worrisome, but you'd hope that Nintendo has worked it out, figured things out of how to make drift no longer an issue. I mean, we've got new Joy-Con coming our way in October, and we hope that they've cleared things up for that new release. But I became worried when I saw this article pop up. It was from Nintendo Soup, and they were talking about the price of repairing Switch Lite analog sticks. Nintendo's Japanese website lists the price if you need to fix a single analog stick on your Switch Lite. Now, currently, an out-of-warranty Joy-Con drift repair from Nintendo Japan costs 2,160 yen. But guess how much a Switch Lite analog stick repair costs? For the same repair, it is 4,320 yen. Double the price. Now, I hope that they figured things out. I hope that it does not become an issue. I hope that it's double the price because they don't plan on fixing very many. And I also know that it's double the price because it's probably harder to go in and mess with a Switch Lite stick than it is to take a Joy-Con and just pop off the case and get in there and clean it out and do what you gotta do. But if Joy-Con drift comes back to bite Switch Lite, that's gonna be really bad news. We've yet to see what the American prices will be or the European prices will be. But if it's also double for out-of-warranty repairs, that is yikes. Now, I assume within warranty they will fix it. And frankly, I kind of hope/assume that we won't have drift issues with these sticks. But it is curious that they're the same sticks despite a different product number. And it's curious that Nintendo has doubled the cost of repair. Now, another reason that drift is a far more dangerous issue for Switch Lite is because you can't pop those controllers off. The same reason it's probably a more difficult repair. If your left analog stick goes, you're kind of donezo. Yes, you could connect an external controller, but if you're a new Switch Lite owner, maybe you didn't buy an extra Joy-Con or Pro Controller. They're pretty pricey. With the OG Switch, if one of your Joy-Con dies, it's really annoying, but technically you could pop off the other Joy-Con and still play single Joy-Con play and be okay. The Switch Lite does not have that same convenience because nothing comes off. I feel like it's a little dicey because it's not a whole new generation where they've surely ironed out the issues. It's an iterative system that may have some of the same failings as its predecessor or as its parallel. Obviously, there was no way Microsoft was going to let the Xbox One repeat the red ring issues of the Xbox